Tipping point. What's the point? I just rhyme point with point. That's gonna be annoying. Welcome back to another of our We Need to Talk About series, and this one we're talking about Dave Mustaine, more specifically Megadeth, and the final album and tour that we've got coming up and what we can expect. I've been meaning to do something on this ever since it was announced a while ago. I believe the final album is coming out on January 23rd of 2026, so still a while away yet. We've had a couple of singles drop from it. I nearly did a video for Tipping Point, but the time just went by and it just became, things happen, people, things happen. So yeah, I wanted to talk a bit about the upcoming album first, because originally I was really psyched on this with Tipping Point. I thought it was a fantastic song. We'll get into that song in just a little bit. Then I Don't Care was released, and I'll talk a bit about my feelings on that one. And of course we know about Ride the Lightning being the bonus track. So I suspect that what we're going to get with this final album is actually going to be a culmination of the entire discography of the band. But before we do that, let's talk about Tipping Point. Finally. So when Tipping Point came out, I was actually really excited about the album because this one has some real old school stuff. Well, the opening riff I wasn't too fussed on. So quite a generic kind of hard rock metal, lick. Not bad at all. But it's like, okay, where's this going? But then it goes into Tipping point. What's the point? I just rhyme point with point. That's gonna be annoying. And then of course there are a bunch of ripping solos, which of course I could play note for note, but I don't want to get hammered for copyright. Now the main riff in this one really reminded me of Take No Prisoners from Rust in Peace, so I had that real callback to the heyday of thrash. I mean, Rust in Peace is rightly held as one of the greatest thrash albums of all time. It's been a while, but anyway, I was really excited when I heard that song because I thought, oh wow, we've actually got this. They could be going out on a real fucking banger. But then we got I Don't Care released a couple of days ago, and this is much more in. It's much more simple. It's much more in the punk. Well, I love punk, and Dave is a huge fan of punk. He's done a number of covers over the years, like Sex Pistols, etc. He did an album, didn't he, with Lee Ving from Fear as well, so his love of punk has been well documented. It's not a terrible song, but it's not a great song either. The lyrics are really childish, really bad. I haven't actually bothered learning the riff for this one. You could argue I didn't learn the riff for the last one, but yeah, so much more of a punk. Not a bad riff at all. And to be honest, the more I listen to the song, the more it's kind of fun, I guess, in many ways. But like I said, I really think this is gonna be. It's not a terrible song, but I was disappointed with it because after Tipping Point, I just thought, wow, we're gonna have a straight up banger here. So Ride the Lightning. I can't play the spider riff bit, and I haven't played this riff in years. I'm just making excuses now. Copyright purposes. I'm doing it to evade copyright by playing it badly. And that was terrible. Fucking hell. Subscribe if you want more guitar content. God damn. And the spider riff part, I can't play it up to speed, no chance, but there's something like that. I've got the damn microphone in the way. I'm trying to. I believe he actually said in an interview that the whole purpose of including their cover of Ride the Lightning on it was because it was to bring things full circles. Did you know that Dave Mustaine used to be in Metallica? He doesn't talk about it much. So yeah, initially I was really excited for the new album. Tipping Point is amazing. I don't care. It's okay. It's all right. It's a fun enough song, but it's not peak Megadeth by any stretch. And now I'm kind of wondering if we're gonna get an album's worth of callbacks to various eras of the band. And I was really hoping that they'd go out on just a full-on thrash. You know, this is who we are. This is what, you know, this is why we became one of the biggest bands in metal. And I hope that's still the case. I mean, I don't care. It's definitely got a lot of punky attitude, but it's nowhere near the thrash sort of onslaught of Tipping Point. So I'm hoping that the rest of the album is going to be full-on just fury. Because Dave did genuinely sound angry on Tipping Point as well. It was great. But I've got my suspicions we're going to get, as some of these songs uncover, we're going to get... Hang on, let me get rid of this. Just smash the bloody thing. But I can't help wondering, as more as these songs release, is it going to be more revisiting eras of the band that, you know, not so good. There was some news that came out a while ago as well about how long the farewell tour is going to last, and I think it's supposed to be between 3 to 5 years. So that's a long time. Now, we'll see, 64 years old at the moment, so yeah, it'll be nearly 70 by the time it goes. I mean, to be fair, for the sort of music they play, I think that's actually... It kind of makes sense that that's it. That's it, done. And it does make sense for them to just have a huge tour to go out on, and, you know, whether this is just being done to get more interest in the band. I mean, to be honest with you, it's the first time I've really showed much interest in the band in quite a long time. I do wonder how much Dave's health is coming into play. He definitely seems older now, you know what I mean? I mean, we all do. I fucking do. So I'm wondering how much of his health is coming into play with this, and him just realising his limitations, and that it's time to hang it up. I've taken a piss out of Dave a lot on this channel, but I've always respected the man. The songs of Megadeth that I do like, I really enjoy. I think they've done some amazing songs, but there's just so much mid stuff out there as well. I'm really hoping that the album is going to be a strong one to go out on. And I might well try and catch him on tour as well. You know, at the end of the day, they have contributed a hell of a lot to music. Dave has contributed a lot to metal. So it would be kind of nice to catch them on the tour, the final tour, and just see how it goes. So what's your thoughts? Are you looking forward to the new album? Do you give a shit? I didn't initially. When it was first announced, I got to admit, I thought I don't really care that much. But then I heard Tipping Point. I thought, you know what, this is actually pretty cool. I'm checking out more Megadeth than I have done in years. Is that the whole point of this? Is that what it is, to just drum up interest? I got a feeling it is the last one. I mean, you know, he's going to be nearly 70 by the time they hang this up. That kind of makes sense to me. You know, 5 years of just getting out there and just enjoying it. You know, he's had all sorts of health complications over the years as well. That's one thing I always give Dave respect for as well. The guy's a survivor. I know he whinges a lot. He talks a lot of shit sometimes, but he hangs in there. He's been through a lot, and he's always, you know, kept going. So, you know, you got to hand that to him. Some of you might even be thinking as well, it's like, well, you know, how can you say anything about him? You know, all that he's achieved. I mean, what have you ever done? Well, let me tell you this. I have not one, not two, but 3 mediocre YouTube channels that I'm running at the same time as a full-time job. So I'm running at a pretty high level, mate. All right? In fact, on one of my channels, Megadeth, I've just done a video about using the Too Good To Go app for a day of eating. Yeah? I think I know what I'm talking about. There's also my new horror gaming channel as well. I don't think I've mentioned it yet, but, you know, subscribe to that as well. I'm going to lose ad revenue to the copyright, so I might as well just try and boost my other channels. All right? Bit of guitar content there just to introduce it. Maybe I can do that in the future. None of those riffs I've played in a long time, to be fair to me. So, you know, don't judge me too harshly, but you probably will. But probably best to go out in a song. So, volume's down. Why is that not working now? There we go. It's awkward. I'll just practice a bit, alright?